Gosfield for his last shop at Gosfield Shopping Village, and Glenn is on hand to assist. Hello, Glenn.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Welcome
Nice
to
to see
Gosfield.
you. This is good fun, isn't it?
Well, there's plenty to take a good look at.
Let's take a look at the plenty to look at, shall we first?
Go this way.
With over 100 dealers, Mark should have no problem in shelling out some of that £127 he's got left.
I'm going to try and stick to my tactics, of buying interesting, good items as cheaply as possible, which have a widest range of profit as possible, because I am trailing Thomas, and there's one thing we've learned this week, and that's Mr. Plant is rather good at finding profitable items, and I'm not terribly happy with him for that.
Well, profit is the name of the game, Mark.
I like that little box there. It's a small, I would have thought a small snuff box, and it dates to the sort of 1830s, 1840s, so it's a proper antique. You are allowed to sell tortoiseshell if the work of art you're handling was produced before 1947. Well, this is 100 years before that, so we're well into the antique realm. That's something I'm going to keep in my mind. That's quite interesting there. That vase, I mean, it looks very stylized. I mean, you can see this is Art Nouveau, so 1910-ish, that sort of period. But you see, I'm going off piste again because it's priced at £165. Please stop me, don't let me buy it.
OK, well, remember that. And to add to your woes, Mark, the competition's arrived. Look out.
This is the first cabinet I want to look into. There's some interesting objects in here. Good, solid antiques. And I wouldn't mind looking there's a pen set, like a desk set, which looks really lovely.
With a really lovely price tag of £58. Beta is on hand to assist.
It's a good-looking lot, that. I don't want to pay that, though.
I'm sure if you find some other things.
You never know. Can I have a look at the rest of it? And it says really nice coromandel, lovely Vesta. This is in the form of a drum, isn't it?
Vestas appeared around the 1830s, designed to carry matches. This particular model is made of coromandel wood and has £60 on the ticket.
There's two items there, which I'm relatively interested in.
I will keep in my mind.
So could you take those to the desk and see, what we could do on those
Yes, of course.
while I carry on looking?
Yes.
Is that all right?
Yes, no problem.
While Tom carries on looking, let's check on Mr. Stacey.
Something I've noticed here, actually, I was looking at a little seated pig yesterday and didn't buy it. But here they've got a very big, fat, juicy, succulent pig. It's actually a pincushion. And he's rather fun, actually. Don't think he's a fun face. I don't think it's terribly old, but it's only £22. The price of pork has just gone down.
Oink, oink.
And there's an interesting spoon here. It simply says Arts and Crafts spoon, £22. It's all hand beaten and hand shaped. I can't believe it's silver for £22. But it's worth a look, I think.
Better have a word with Glenn.
You're a very naughty man.
What have you found?
Well, I found so much. I could fill cabinets here with the amount of stuff that I found, but I have found the vase, an interesting spoon, a lovely little Regency tortoiseshell box, and a big fat porker. But I've got to try and make choices about what I'm going to put in the auction.
All right, let's have a look. What we've got the vase. The best price we could do there would be 80. For the spoon, 10. For the snuff box, 40. And the pig, 10 on that one.
The pig at £10 is a no-brainer, really, isn't it? I mean, that at auction could do really well. The vase I love because it sums up to me a very subtle Art Nouveau form that the Americans surpass themselves in. I want to take a bit of a risk. I've been very restrained so far. If I try to buy those two, Glenn, to put forward as my last two items, could I possibly get those two for £60?
60. Well, I think I could meet you halfway there.
Oh, at 55?
At 75.
Oh my gosh, that's not halfway, is it? If we could say 70. I'll have a go.
Okay, we can do those 2 for 70.
Are we there?
Yes.
Lovely. That's shape and 70, shall we? Thank you. What have I done?
You've taken a bit of a gamble on that vase, Mark. That's what you've done. But you have 5 items for auction, and well done. Meanwhile, Thomas is still on the hunt.
I feel there's this last minute, last item buy. It could be, the wrong thing to do, buying at speed, buying at haste, and not really giving it careful consideration. Not finding a real bargain.
Here comes trouble.
Thomas. How are you doing?
Fine.
Time's running out.
I know.
Thomas.
Have you purchased?
I'm all done.
You're all
I'm
done?
all done.
Well, I suggest you
But
go away.
my strategy's gone out of the window.
Have you
again.
spent?
I've spent a lot of money.
No, you haven't. Have you?
Look, there's wonderful cabinets here, quality items. You've got a huge amount of money left, Tom.
Yes,
Now
yes.
get spending it.
Well, I'm going to spend some.
I'll be so disappointed if you've been tactical again.
Turn around and off you go. No,
I will be really disappointed if you're
There's more
tactical.
spending. There's more spending going on, I promise.
Promise?
I promise.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Thomas. Naughty.
This last bit is such a panic. I mean, there's... The thing is, you've got to think about auctions and what's going to sell well at auction. This is what caught my eye. And it's a sort of double sort of whistle come compass.
£28 on the ticket. But does it work?
Yeah, that works. So maybe I'll be able to call Mark.
Well, it's got someone's attention.
For these cigar cutters in silver. Gosh! You put your cigar in the end, you snip it, they're in solid silver, and they're probably 1920s. Oh, those are simply wonderful, aren't they? For the man who has everything.
Priced at £45. Thomas also has his eye on the writing set and the Vesta. All 4 items have a combined ticket price of £191.
What can be done on all of these?
177.
177. That's a lot of money.
It's a first step, 177.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be happy with that.
I know.
No.
How much are you prepared?
I know this is really going to push it,
Mm-hmm.
really push it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm at around about £110. That's where I am. 110? You're going to do it for me, 110? Really? Deal. Thank you very much. £110.
So that means 40 for the matchbox, 30 for the desk set, £15 for the Scout's compass whistle, and £25 for the cigar cutters. He's cleaned up. Well done, Thomas.
That's 4 items. Mark's going to go mad. I bought 4 items. That's 6 in total. It's going to go bonkers.
Thomas has spent £182 as well as his latest purchases. He's also picked up the pillbox and the brooch. Despite starting out with thrifty intentions, Mark threw caution to the wind and bought 5 items. The piggy pin cushion, the globe columns, the bronze vase, the frame, and the Art Deco vase, spending a grand total of £114. Quite a haul for them both. But what do they think of one another's buys?
One of the best items Thomas has bought, and one of his most expensive, is the little Art Deco pillbox. Beautifully enamelled, very collectible, but £60. It's quite a lot of money.
He's bought this fabulous sterling silver and bronze vase. These could be a bit too subtle for the auction, but somebody out there will spot the quality, and hopefully he'll make a good profit on it.
I'm really looking forward to this auction because I've bought very well, and I think Thomas has bought reasonably well, but he's bought a Scout's whistle. Honestly, what next?
He's used his eye, he's used his knowledge, and I am in fear of him racing ahead while I slightly lag behind.
After their trip around Essex and Suffolk, our road trippers are heading north to the village of Willingham in Cambridgeshire for auction.